Soccerball, welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the latest news from Manchester United. Man United eyeing move to sign amazing number 6 for Ruben Amorim. Manchester United are monitoring Sevilla's Lucien Agoume ahead of a potential transfer, according to Caught Offside. The 22-year-old can operate as a central defender but is a defensive midfielder by trade, though he has occasionally been deployed in more advanced positions as well, and Ruben Amorim is desperate to strengthen his squad ahead of the February 3rd deadline. His contract with the La Liga club expires in the summer of 2028, and there is no release clause in his contract that United could trigger, but that hasn't stopped their interest. Agoume is a bright young talent and features regularly for Sevilla. He has made 18 La Liga appearances so far this season, racking up a total of 1,023 league minutes. The 22-year-old is a combative player who excels at breaking up opposition attacks and is technically skilled enough to evade pressing opponents before getting the ball forward. Appearances: 10 tackles, 30 interceptions, 19 take-on success percent, 84.6%. However, considering United's desperate situation, they sit 13th in the Premier League table, having played 22 games, necessitates signings that can make an immediate impact. Caught Offside report that the Cameroon-born Frenchman, who Ben Mattinson has described as an amazing number 6, remains on the Red Devils' radar as they plan a midfield rebuild, but a deal is unlikely to be pursued in this window, with a summer transfer more likely. Additionally, despite having over 3 years remaining on his contract and no release clause, the report suggests that acquiring Agoume's signature will not cost United a particularly significant transfer fee. Given the presence of Manuel Ugarte and Kabi Menu, United may be wise to prioritize reinforcement in other areas of the pitch, particularly left wing-back, where right-backs Diogo Dalot and Noussair Mazraoui have been forced to fill in due to Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia's fitness issues. Former left-back Alvaro Carreras and Lecce's Patrick Dorgu have been linked with moves to Old Trafford to plug that gap. Man United transfer news: Patrick Dorgu deal moves closer as Ruben Amorim nears first signing. Manchester United and Lecce are reportedly only €5 million, £4 million apart when it comes to their respective valuations of Patrick Dorgu, suggesting that a deal is likely to go through before the end of the January transfer window. The Red Devils have allegedly earmarked Dorgu as their number 1 target in the latter stages of the winter market, with the club determined to bring in a left-sided wingback due to their issues in that area of the field. There have been suggestions that Man United could activate their buyback option on Benfica's Alvaro Fernandez, with the 21-year-old potentially returning to Old Trafford for £15 million. However, the 20-time English champions will reportedly only explore that route if a deal for Dorgu collapses. According to journalist Ben Jacobs, Man United are still intent on signing the left-back, and the two clubs are now close when it comes to their valuations of the Denmark international. Man United still intent on signing Dorgu despite Fernandez links. Manchester United still intent on signing Patrick Dorgu. Third offer incoming. Parties currently €5 million, £4 million apart. Manchester United prepared to go higher. Lecce now asking for at least €35 million, £29.5 million, guaranteed plus add-ons, Jacobs wrote on X. The 20-year-old has been in strong form for Lecce during the 2024-25 campaign, scoring 3 goals and registering 1 assist in 22 appearances in all competitions, with 20 of those outings coming in Serie A. Lecce president Sticky Damiani recently suggested that Dorgu would be remaining with the Italian club for the rest of the season following a meeting with Man United. The meeting was cordial and went well. For us, sitting down at the table with Manchester United to talk about a player who comes from our Primavera is a satisfaction. It means that the club's growth path is notable, he told Sky Italia. We explained to them that our desire at the moment is to keep the team unchanged, keeping all the big names, Dorgu in particular. We made it clear that for us this year is an important appointment with history. We could achieve the 3rd historic salvation. Although we are flattered by their offer, the priority for us is the sporting result. Dorgu broke into the Lecce first team in 2023, and he has represented the Italian team on 56 occasions in all competitions, scoring 5 goals and registering 2 assists. Top European clubs want him, so it's normal to be affected at some point. But he's very mature and serious guy. I don't think the transfer news is going to create any issues. This week he's been working very well, Gianpaolo told reporters. However, Man United are seemingly pushing to secure his services before the end of the transfer window. Diogo Dalot and Nussair Mazraoui have unconvinced in the left-sided wing-back position this season, while Luke Shaw has only made 3 appearances due to ongoing muscular fury as Man United's Marcus Rashford makes stunning West Ham revelation. West Ham are stalling on their move for Brian Brobby, and Manchester United outcast Marcus Rashford may the reason why. West Ham were told something very interesting about their pursuit of Marcus Rashford at the start of the January transfer window. Of all the clubs linked with signing Rashford from Man United this month, West Ham seemed to be the outliers. But the Hammers were informed that they would emerge as the favourites should Rashford enter the last knockings of the window without sealing his Manchester United exit. Now it seems that may have been true after a sensational twist. It has become perfectly clear that Rashford does not have a future at Man United under former West Ham managerial target Ruben Amorim. As a result, Hammers News stated West Ham would be mad not to throw their hat in the ring for Rashford, and they duly did. While Rashford has clearly had issues, a move to West Ham might just reignite his career, like it did for his very close friend Jesse Lingard. The Hammers were actually among a number of clubs reportedly interested in signing Rashford when he fell down the Man United pecking order 2 years ago. Man United's Rashford makes stunning West Ham revelation. Hammers News exclusively broke the news first last month that West Ham liked the idea of a loan move for Rashford in January. The trouble is there were a host of foreign clubs interested, including Milan, Dortmund, and Barcelona. A journalist close to the son of majority owner David Sullivan explained why West Ham signing Rashford could actually happen. The Hammers have asked the Red Devils to keep them informed of developments. And now there has been a massive one. There is fury in Spain as Man United outcast Rashford makes a stunning West Ham revelation. Earlier in the window, it was reported Rashford has set Barcelona a deadline to sign him. That deadline was said to be January 15th. So West Ham were given encouragement over Rashford when that alleged deadline came and went without Barcelona doing a deal. Rashford tells Barca he wants West Ham. Now, with 1 week left of the window, Rashford has told the Spanish giants he wants to join the Hammers instead. That's according to sensational update from El Nacional, as also reported by 90 Minutes. El Nacional claims West Ham have now emerged as unlikely frontrunners in the race to sign Manchester United misfit Rashford. The newspaper claims Barcelona feel betrayed by the forward's change in mind. It is said Rashford likes the idea of working with Graham Potter, who is known to show great care for his players and the mental side of the game off the pitch to improve performances on it. The forward hasn't featured for Man United since their 2-1 victory against Victoria Plzen in the Europa League on December 12th. Huge Manchester United project backed by government as once-in-a-lifetime statement made. Manchester United have confirmed that the UK government has backed plans to regenerate the area around Old Trafford. Mayor of Greater Manchester Andy Burnham has earmarked Old Trafford for significant regeneration, with plans for either a new 100,000-seat stadium or an 87,000-seat refurbished arena. The news comes a week after the Old Trafford Regeneration Task Force concluded that redevelopment of United's home ground could increase its capacity to 87,000, while a brand new stadium could accommodate up to 100,000 fans. Burnham has revealed that work to redevelop the land around the Theatre of Dreams will go ahead regardless of the Reds' decision to go for a new arena or refurbished stadium. His office believes the scheme represents the biggest sports-led regeneration scheme since the London 2012 Olympics. And United have confirmed that the regeneration plans have received government backing, with the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, championing it as a shining example of the government's plans to promote economic growth. United would be responsible for the stadium development, but the club say support from public bodies would be needed for areas of the project, including improved transport infrastructure and housing. The delivery of a world-class stadium can be the catalyst for major regeneration of an area of Greater Manchester which requires new investment to thrive again. United CEO Omar Barada said via the club's website, "We cannot achieve that wider aim on our own. which is why we welcome the announcement by the Chancellor and the ongoing support of the Mayor of Greater Manchester and Trafford Council. If we work together, there is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create a landmark project around Old Trafford that the whole region can be proud of. Andy Burnham said, "With our devolved powers, we're mobilizing the whole Greater Manchester system to lock in growth for the next decade and reap the rewards for our city region and UK PLC. The project around Old Trafford represents the biggest opportunity for urban regeneration this country has seen since London 2012 and is a key part of our 10-year plan to turbocharge growth across Greater Manchester. We look forward to working with the government on moving freight away from the site around Old Trafford to new locations to open up capacity for our rail network and unlock massive regeneration potential, delivering benefits across the whole of the north." Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford turns down bumper contract offer from Saudi Arabia. Manchester United's Marcus Rashford has been heavily linked with a loan exit in the 2025 January transfer window. The Red Devils forward publicly expressed his desire to leave Old Trafford for a new challenge elsewhere. Relationship between Rashford and United boss Ruben Amorim has soured since, with the 27-year-old not playing in the last 10 games for his team. The winger's situation has sparked interest from Saudi Arabia, who are ready to hand him a bumper £600,000 per week contract. But he has turned down their offer as he prefers a move to Barcelona, per Mundo Deportivo. Barca move unlikely. Hansi Flick's side want to reinforce their attack in January, and they have identified Rashford as an ideal option. But they will need to offload players to create space in their squad. Ansu Fati and Eric Garcia have been linked with an exit, but the duo are keen to stay at Camp Nou despite lack of first-team opportunities. Rashford currently earns £300,000 per week at Old Trafford, per Capology, and the Catalans will want United to cover a significant portion of his wages. However, that may not be acceptable for the Red Devils, who are already in danger of breaching profit and sustainability rules, PSR. Rashford looked to be heading to AC Milan earlier this month, but the Serie A outfit opted to sign Kyle Walker instead to occupy their final non-EU spot. Borussia Dortmund and West Ham United have also been credited with an interest in the England international, but his enormous wages will likely be a stumbling block in the way of a deal.